So recently I posted that I was doing a Q&A for this week. We got a lot of questions in, but there was one question in particular that I felt like I wanted to address because it's a question I get asked all the time, and I usually don't really touch too much on the subject. And the question that I was asked is, do I believe that crystals have healing powers or energetic properties? What I think is the most important thing here to understand is that it's all perspective. If it makes sense to you, then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. So for example, if in your opinion crystals heal because you've had an experience where they've healed you, then it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. What I think is irrelevant compared to what you think. Just because I believe it doesn't mean that you should believe it. And so what I challenge you to do is, if you're on the fence, and let's just say you're like, oh, this is nonsense, I don't believe crystals do anything. Take a crystal quartz has got the highest vibration to it. Tesla measured it. So it's not like something that we're guessing at. Tesla actually proved in scientific theory that quartz actually has a high vibration to it. So maybe if you want to try it and find out for yourself, if you have like a backache or a neck ache or something, take a quartz crystal and put it on your problem and see what happens. So that's really my suggestion, is to figure that out on your own, through your own experience. Just because people are saying things are true doesn't make them true for you. Figure it out for yourself. Why not try and see if it works? So that's just my 2 cents on it. Another question that I have here, do I think that the crystal industry is in a downfall? Do I think that things are slow? I do not at all. I think that crystal industry is actually on its way upward still. The issue that we're having here is that the people who have been in the business for the last 10 plus years, let's just say, before there was a much smaller pool of us. So there was only, let's just say, 100 of us in the pool. Now there's 1,000 people in the pool. And so it's just that whatever it is, the space that was in that pool before, where everyone had their own elbow room, now you don't have any elbow room. You're literally crunched in like this because there's so many people who want to be in the industry, who want to build a business. And one of the things that's kind of difficult for the real business owners is there's a lot of people who are hobbyists. And the hobbyists are really killing the businesses because there's so many people who are hobbyists that are coming in and doing it just as a side hustle, which is okay. No one's knocking anybody for that, but it's not that the crystal business is in decline. It's rapidly moving upward. It's just that instead of 1,000 dealers, now we have 100,000 dealers. And that's something that we need to really take into consideration. If you love the industry and you want to stay in the industry, then my recommendation to you is get creative. Not only that, you have to outlast your competitors. So don't be like losing courage and you're discouraged. Oh, I'm slow right now. I'm thinking about closing my business. That should be your last resort. Closing down and giving up should be the last resort. If you're there and you've ran out of funds completely and you're hemorrhaging money, yes, you have to close up, unfortunately. But if that's not the case, if you're sustaining, if you're kind of even just breaking even, I would say hold on to your bootstraps just for a little bit longer. I don't think it's time to close up. I think that we have to just wait out the craze that is happening here. And the craze, not the crystal craze, but the craze of people wanting to be in this business and sell crystals themselves. So something else that I get asked quite frequently is, do I work with smaller companies to help them produce certain things or to get certain things done? And the answer is yes and no. If it's something that's easy to do and I can do it, then I will absolutely do it and I will help you. If it's something that's not reasonable, then obviously I can't do it. But if you have a request and you need something very specific, yes, I will definitely try to help you if I can. So I wouldn't be bashful in approaching the company and asking, hey, can you get this done for me, or can you help me find this material? If we can, we absolutely will. One of the things that I think is really relevant is that I wish I had a better way to iterate to the younger people the damage that they're doing with their misinformation and their disinformation, and how did the two of these things connect, right? One of the problems that we're running into right now is that the narratives around material, right, are just absolutely terrible. One of the critical things that we're dealing with is ocean jasper, right? And ocean jasper, we have a video, Tom made a video about ocean jasper, you can check it out, but it's not such a simple, straightforward thing. The problem is that a lot of the Chinese wholesalers, and I'm not knocking, again, I have no choice because it's the root of all of it. The Chinese wholesalers wind up telling you they have eighth vein ocean jasper, and it's not. They wind up telling you that they have sphalerite, and it's not. They wind up saying that they have Herkimer diamonds, and it's not. Again, the point is that their main function is to sell the material, not to care about the industry. If you met someone who's good and they're proven and tried and you trust them, that's fine. I work with a manufacturer in China who I've known for 12 years, who is proven and tried by me. Once a year, we make a small purchase from them based on stuff that I absolutely can't get here, fluorites and things like that. But they're proven and tried, and their price is literally triple what everyone else is, because they actually are doing things the right way. And so I pay triple for that material. What you probably pay a fraction of what I pay for the material, which is crazy. But again, I refuse to do anything that's not okay. If you have a manufacturing thing or whatever it is, keep it in the US. If you're in the US, let's try to keep things here in the country. Again, I'm not saying that to anybody for any reason other than that we keep things close to the vest and that we don't let it go too far away from us. I'm not saying with me, anybody, if you find a US wholesaler that's actually manufacturing and doing their own thing and not in bed with a Chinese wholesaler, then, you could explore that option as well. But there's a YouTube video about me explaining all of it and then proving that I'm fair trade and ethically sourced. You can see it, it's on YouTube. I really think that it's important that we start doing our diligent research, and I've been saying this for a long time. Don't just take what you hear on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube videos and run with it and not be like, okay, this is the information. Research it. Before something comes out of your mouth, research it so you don't sound like a putz. Make sure that what's coming out of your mouth has been factually proven. It's the most important thing.